Yeah, this is an observation on the 1st of the 11th, 2016 with Reuben Carey. Can you introduce yourself, Reuben?
My name's Reuben Carey.
Okay, Reuben. Okay, let's start with what's the project initially? That I know we're starting from fresh, but what is the project?
Yesterday we were shooting 2 interviews with...
So you can talk to me. It's fine.
Okay. Yesterday we were shooting 2 interviews with 2 chefs up in York, and the client wants a small edit, well, 4 edits, longer edit of both interviews and a short edit of both interviews. That's about it.
Cool. So pretty simple. So, what's the first thing in regards to importing the footage? What was the footage filmed in?
Was it filmed in?
Yeah, like what sort of files is it coming as?
I'm not sure. I haven't checked yet. It was on a Canon C100. So
probably.
Oh, MP4s.
Okay. So,
Bring it in.
yeah, I'm going to first of all, because I learned it's very important to keep things tidy, organised. I'll make a little bin.
Yeah,
called rushes.
Yeah.
And then I just have to double click on the left-hand panel. Go to where my footage is. So on this shoot drive, which connects here. I'll go in. I'll remove files and click import.
And that imports the video and the audio as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, because we shot on wireless mic, so it's recording straight onto the same card as the footage. So here's the footage here.
Okay, so to create a good sequence from that footage, how would you do that?
How would I do that? Well, first of all, I'd create a sequence to do a first quick edit of cutting out all the unnecessary stuff, so maybe a little bit longer, the questions and hesitations, all that sort of stuff.
Top and tail and things
like
that.
So I would put, well, first of all, I'd actually make a sequence just called rushes to have everything there, so I can always revert back to the full length rushes, because sometimes you'll miss something which you chopped out way at the beginning and then suddenly you need it towards the end of the edit. You can always go back to the rushes.
Shall I show you a little trick?
You're going to interfere with my style.
You represent the
If you drag this onto there,
yeah,
that creates more for
Sorry.
No, it's fine. I'm sticking to my way.
Okay. Right, okay, so
but anyway, I was going to quickly have
a scrub through.
I will
None of you
quickly set
clear
up
for that yet, but make no mistake.
sequence. I'm just going to call it E1 for edit 1. We're just going to tidy up all the rushes.
The political and military force throughout the galaxy. This task fits into the grand scheme. None of you are cleared for that yet, but make no mistake.
Yeah, so
there is glory here.
I'm going to go straight to the interviews first because I know this stuff isn't relevant to the interviews. So here they are.
3rd and 5th are detached.
And if I put my headphones on, I'll be able to hear actually
Yeah.
what I need to keep. I mean, all this stuff at the beginning.
So talk me through kind of the timeline that you've got there. What shows what?
Okay, so we've got the visual file here. This is V1, and there's lots of different layers. I can add more if I want, cutaways, that kind of thing. You've got the audio on the lower half. Again, multiple tracks there for if you want to add music, all sorts. So that's the basics.
Yeah.
That's what it is. They're connected, as you can see, because they're being shot onto the same card. But you can disconnect them. So if I hit Command L, it will de-link them.
Yeah.
I'll be able to move this audio away. Bearing in mind that would unsync the 2 files, so I'm going to keep that linked.
Okay.
Editing an interview.
So, how do you make simple cuts, and then how would you crop the image?
Simple cuts. I've learned a few of the short cuts since joining Vermilion for Premiere, because I used to be on Final Cut. So, C will bring up the cutter tool, and you can literally click wherever you like. So even though I can't hear, this is clearly where he starts answering the question. So I'll zoom in using plus, find out where I want to cut it, and click on the timeline. Another way you can do it is, I think by right-clicking it, you can hit cut as well. So you can do it like, that works to do the whole thing. I think it's split, isn't it? Actually, no, I don't think you can do it by right-clicking, but alternatively, you can just click cut it all like that on the side. But it's good to know shortcuts.
Speeds
The process.
How about cropping the image?
Yeah, to crop the image, I'll go into Effect Controls.
Yeah.
You'll be able to add in a load of stuff here. Scale, change the size of it.
Yeah.
So that's helpful if I wanted to try and get 2 shots from one shot. And get a close in of the guy.
Then how to crop it.
To actually crop it?
Yeah.
Oh, without changing the scale?
Yeah.
Right.
If you don't know how, that's okay.
No, I think I do. I'll just find it. I'd look, find out. There we go. Transform crop.
Yeah.
So there's the effect. Drag it onto whatever you want to have the effect upon. So this clip here, and it's come up with, should be at the bottom somewhere. There we go. This is the crop. So you just drag these parameters here to wherever you want them.
So,
like so. I don't think I've actually ever used crop because I've never actually had the need to.
no.
But
It can be quite nice when maybe you're creating sort of like, I don't know if you've ever seen McQueen, what's it called? Bullet. You know, where you'd have like different images coming in because you can keyframe it, so you can have...
that'd be nice. That'd be nice. Yeah, or if you're doing a band, you could have like the 4 different members of the band playing.
It's quite useful for that.
For my corporate stuff, I've been given the reins upon though. I don't really need to do something so creative, which is a shame, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so go back to the earlier footage.
In what sense?
You had like stuff that wasn't the interview.
Yeah.
Because one of the things is about correcting technical faults. I just noticed that the first footage was a
Bit dark.
bit dark, it's not great colour. How would you correct them out?
To be honest, I'm actually pretty weak. I'll actually admit that I'm pretty weak on colour correction.
Oh, right, okay.
But I know how to do it at basics. The basics for colour correction, you can use a simple effect preset, which is RGB curves.
Yeah.
Whack it on.
Well, for this you don't need any more.
No, and then whatever you want less or more of, you can change here.
And there's a bit of green.
It is quite green already.
Yeah.
But it depends the kind of look you want.
So how do the curves?
Brightness?
Yeah, I think it needs brightening up. You can do that with curves. How does the curves work?
How does curves work?
If you don't
Curves
know,
just,
that's okay.
I'm pretty sure it just, the information read by the camera, it will have
Basically,
no?
at the top of the graph is your highlights. So everything. So if we're doing here, where would you say on that image are the highlights? Yeah, here, maybe bits of the jacket. So if you start pulling that up, they're the bits that should be getting brighter, which they are. Oh, there we go. And then at the bottom, here are your low lights. So if we bring them up, they bring the low. You see the corners are starting to get where it's dark. You see where the lows are dark. Yeah, and then you can pull them in or you can pull them down and they get darker. So that's what that represents, is the low lights, the mid lights and the highlights. And how you adjust them. You can see we've already got a much nicer, brighter, cleaner image. And personally, I would put. Actually, I think that looks great. You could probably put a bit of contrast to make it look nicer.
That's alright then, isn't it?
Yeah. We've only been messing around, but yeah.
Yeah, no.
So there we go. So that's kind of what those curves are for. Curves are very good for editors because they keep a good flow. But that's cool. You showed how to do
They keep a good
like flow in terms of you can be kind of quite particular, but also because colour correction's by the eye, isn't it? It's not like get it like here. Whereas with brightness and contrast, you're doing this.
Yeah.
There's no kind of flexibility beyond there, is there? Whereas here we can go, oh, I like that, but maybe the highlights are a little bit much, so I'm just going to bring them down a little bit there, and then it'd be good if the mid-tones were a bit thicker. Do you know what I mean? You can start really...
More control, essentially.
Yeah, control, flexibility, all of those things. I mean, I'm just got a bit nuts now, but you know, you can have a lot of fun with it. You can't necessarily get that much of an effect with brightness contrast.
Sure. I don't know why I've never really done it. I've never really had the need when I've edited my own like fun videos, which I made.
But
I have
colour grading
Yeah, colour grading often I haven't had the good enough quality cameras. Like you don't have so much information, so you can't really move the parameters. So
But this, I don't know if the C100 takes in, but the C300 takes in 50 megabits per second, so you should have perfect. I don't know the C100.
no, nor do I. I'm just explaining like why I've never really done it so much in
But it seems
the past.
seems a decent quality camera. You can even tell when you zoomed in, it seemed pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. How are you with editing audio and correcting audio? Should we leave that one?
I'm fine.
Do you know how to do it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It depends what you're asking.
Let's say we want... Well, firstly, how do you do sort of volume control and that kind of thing on audio?
You can click on here. You can expand this. This is simple. Gain. Reduction. This makes it louder. This makes it quieter.
Yeah. How about a bit more than that? Say you wanted to do sort of up and down within the clip.
This is when you start using keyframes. So it's on the... It should be on the audio here. There we go. This is level we're going to be affecting. So if you click on the keyframe here.
Or you can press P. Press P.
P.
And then drag that
The
up.
pen, yeah.
Which is exactly what you just did.
Yeah,
What you did is fine, but that's just a quick way of creating keyframes.
So like that.
Yeah. Really.
I mean, of course, you can get more technical by
Taking it through Audition.
you can add like a number of effects to audio depending on what you want.
There's not much you can do once if audio's ruined, especially if it's peaked. You're screwed.
Yeah.
Even the best audio technicians won't be able to make it sound decent. So that's cool. Would you be able to bring up a project that you've kind of already edited? Just